So the media is trying a few narratives now because they're realizing, probably because of this defector from China telling them, hey, guys, this may have been a bioweapons thing. Everybody's turning up dead, and dead isn't better for me. So the media is probably getting wind now that, gosh, we're on amazingly the wrong side of another story. It's phenomenal how stupid we are. So they're like, how do we spin this now? Well, we could tell the truth. And of course, people in the media on the left who have no morals and dignity, they're like, tell the truth. Of course, we're not going to tell the truth. Let's blame Donald Trump. Check this out.
It's important to remember that part of the issue when this was first being reported on and discussed back a few months after the pandemic had begun was that then President Trump and Mike Pompeo, the Secretary of State, both suggested they had seen evidence that this was formed in a lab, and they also suggested it was not released on purpose, but they refused to release the evidence showing what it was. And so because of that, that made this instantly political.
The problem of President Trump throughout the pandemic was because everything was so politicized.
You couldn't possibly even raise this idea without becoming some kind of a crazy, wacky Trumper who has, spreading fake news.
Only when Trump's pandemic hoax, just a bad flu, too much testing is the problem, BS failed, and we were way behind on the fight against a deadly pandemic, they needed to distract China, a convenient target.
Donald Trump had people talking about Donald Trump, including us, 24 hours a day.
Under the Trump administration, every single day, as you rightly described, we were dealing with the circus and P.T. Barnum.
Folks, these people have no dignity at all. They really don't. They got to have families at home. How do they walk into their houses at night and hold their chins up with their kids around? I know that's tough to say, but it's true. I mean, do you have any dignity left? A nuclear-powered enemy of the United States that's committed to the destruction of our country, to the destruction of the country your kids live in, to you liberal lunatics, this country. They are absolutely committed to it. May have leaked a bioweapon that killed millions of people, including hundreds of thousands here, and infected fathers, crushed businesses and lives, led to suicides, loss of a year and a half of schooling for kids, and all you can think about, you absolute pieces of human waste, are Donald Trump. You never once thought to reflect on your role in this whole thing. So when the blame Trump doesn't work, the human waste brigade in the media, because that's what they are. No dignity with these people, none. They're a laughing stock, a joke. And the joke's on you. They're realizing that's not going anywhere. No one actually, just look at the public poll. No one actually believes that. Donald Trump was the one saying from the beginning, this was probably China, while you idiots in the media are like, it's not China, it's like a fairy theory. So that's not working. So they're trying number 2 now. Check out this tweet by the dreadful 538 blog, who's managed to screw up a prediction of just about every election recently. Here's a tweet from 538, another clown blog. Does it matter if there was a lab leak? Here's narrative number 2. Try again. Number 1, round 1, blame Trump. Going nowhere. Everybody's laughing at you losers. So round 2 is, does it really matter? Well, we kind of touched on this in the beginning of the show, and Jamie Metzel on Fox News yesterday said it far better than I will right here. Well, why does it matter if there was a lab leak? Not the media. You'd think they'd measure their role in it, in covering up the greatest scandal of our time again. Nah, they don't care. Here's Jamie Metzel. He says it right.
I wanted to get your take on why do you think it is so important for us to get to the bottom of how this pandemic got started?
So there's a reason why after a plane crashes, we do everything possible to understand what happened. If we don't learn those lessons, there are other planes that are in the air. For all we know, the next pandemic is just around the corner. And if we don't understand and fix our biggest problems, we're going to be at unnecessary risk. We have to get to the bottom of this, which means asking the tough questions and following the data wherever it leads.
Is this hard? I mean, is this hard? Do we really need Jamie Metzel, who's been a whistleblower on this from the start? Have we fallen down the rabbit hole so far that we need him to explain to us that if a deadly bioweapon or even a lab-created pathogen leaked out, that we should probably know that so it doesn't happen again and kill millions more? Do we really need him to explain that? The answer is, unfortunately, yes, because we have a media infrastructure in this country with no dignity or soul. None. These are not serious people. These are morally compromised, genuinely evil human beings. who have no dignity left.